How did we go from fighting a revolution over a 2% tax on a breakfast beverage to what we pay today? And we're taxed on money when we receive it, when we spend it, when we keep it, when we invest it, and even when we die with it. It gets worse. We commute to work to make that money in a car that is taxed again to register on roads we're already taxed to build, fueled by gas that is taxed even further, and many times through tolls that tax you again. And that's to maintain bridges and highways and tunnels that already have billions of dollars, taxpayer dollars, allocated to them, and they're still falling apart. And then when you get to your office that is taxed to exist, in a corporation that is also taxed to do business, that almost certainly requires permits and other things, which are another tax, you are paid a paycheck that the corporation must match another payroll tax on top of what they have to pay you. Then you go to a home of which you are taxed to own every single year that we bought with money that the government already taxed us on. Oh, by the way, the more money you make and the more you pay in taxes warrants the government taking more and even higher percentages of your money. How did we go from
Shalom, call halal, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH, has given all praise to the Most High, name His only begotten Son, name of the Holy Spirit, double honors to our teachers, the elders, and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us His truth and sincerity, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. My name is Ibar from the Prophets in Babylon camp down here in Tampa, Florida. Shalom 344,000. But real quick, I want to go into this video concerning taxation, which taxation is theft, okay, which also it is just another form of slavery. When you're being taxed, it's another form of slavery, all right, and that's what these governments have done in the past. I mean, well, that's what these governments are doing today, and they also have done in the past, all right, to enslave the people, all right. This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. It says, "Woe," which means destruction unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. And these devils have, created these particular laws and standards in these societies that they have prescribed, and it's really grievous. Okay, and this guy gave you an example of all the ways that we are taxed. Okay, taxed to hell. All right, in this society. It says to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. And this is what they do. All right, because we are poor. The Israelites are poor, but they keep you poor. Okay, through taxes. And also they keep control over you through taxes. All right, so we're constantly being taxed, which just proves that we are the Israelites and proves who these devils are, being the Edomites. All right. Part of the curses as well is that we will be subject to payments. Let's grab that. All right, because we are subject to payments. It says, Baruch chapter 3, verse 8, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments." So you're subject to these payments, taxes. It says, "According to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power." All right, so we are subject to these taxes, and these taxes is keeping us at, and now Esau is even taxing his own people. All right, it shows you how greedy this devil is. But it says, this is a post that says, "Before 1913, Americans kept all their income. Despite this, we had schools, roads, railroads, and a military." Somebody said the taxing wouldn't be so bad if it actually went, says would not be so bad if the taxes actually went to good stuff. And all these taxes that you're being taxed for is going to the small hats, man. All right, they're the ones that's getting paid. And I remember I did a video a while back. There's something called a JEW tax. All right, where on top of the taxes you're already being taxed, certain things you buy, it has a JEW tax. All right, which they get very, upset about when we speak about these things. But it's going to making these small hats richer. All right, it's going to making them richer, and that's how you know who's in power. It says list of taxes the average American pays: property tax, sales tax, state income tax, marriage license fees, local school tax, vehicle registration tax, business permit fees, estate tax, waste management tax, and it goes on and on. Driver license fees. These are all taxes, man. All right, it says the federal income tax. All right, tire tax. So they tax you on everything. All right, and this is just proves that we are, continually still this day and yet in the land of our captivity. All right, you had taxes. You had to pay your taxes unto the crown. Okay, the powers that be. Which I got a few articles right here, but let me grab one more scripture. Um, before I go into this, it says, this is let me see, because they do this to destroy us. All right. It says, Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. And like I said, taxation is theft. They are robbing us, they're spoiling us. They are all of them snared in holes. They are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey and none delivereth, for a spoil and none saith restore. And they're not trying to restore us. Let me grab this too. Let me see. Because we in hell. All right, we are in hell, man. It says, Haggai chapter 1, verse 5. Now therefore, thus saith Yahawah of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warmth. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes. Thus saith Yahawah of hosts, consider your ways, right? Because we in the land of our captivity, man, and we're being, robbed. Okay, we're being robbed. Before you get your check, they already done took taxes out of it. Then when you go to spend the money, you're getting taxed again. The bag of holes is your pockets. Okay, as soon as the money hits your pockets, it's already gone. All right, and that's a part of our captivity. All right, that's a part of our captivity, man. Let me go here. All right. And it says, this is a article. It goes into, it says, over time, Joseph's merits were forgotten, and the new Pharaoh decided to enslave the Hebrews to prevent their community from growing more powerful. However, we're about to read the scriptures. However, according to the law, only a prisoner, criminal, debtor, or tax evader could become a slave. The Hebrews did not fight with the Egyptians, did not commit crimes, had no debts, and paid taxes properly. To legitimize his decision, the Pharaoh introduced heavy labor conscription. For the Hebrews, he applied punitive taxation by imposing an exorbitant tribute for the Hebrews, and then accused them of failing to pay taxes. So this is how these devils constantly got us as well. It says, Exodus chapter 1, verse 7, it says, and the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty, and the land was filled with them. This is when we was in Egypt. And now there arose a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And this is what we just read in this article. I forgot what the article was called. The history of taxation in Israel. Which these different, captivities we had to pay taxes, which proves that, Egypt and Rome, we are back in Egypt and Rome all over again here in America. All right. And in Rome, you wasn't physically in slavery, but you had to pay taxes. Okay. You were under tribute, which means that, no matter what you did, they still owned you. And out of all your work, they still got their cut, which is slavery. It says, and he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. So they was putting more work upon us, more harsh work upon us. It says, and they made their lives bitter with the hard bondage in mortar and in brick and all the manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor. You see, so they forced Jake to work. Okay, and this is also why the Lord said this right here. Because we was in these different captivities. So being in these different captivities, being in these different captivities, we had to pay certain tributes and taxes. All right, it says because they tested Yahawashi with that. Here we go. This is the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 14. It says, and when they were come, they say unto him, Master, we know that thou art true, and carest for no man, for thou regardest not the person of men, but teacheth the way of God in truth. And is it lawful to give tribute to Caesar or not? So they had to give tribute unto Caesar. It says, shall we give or shall we not give? But he, knowing their hypocrisy, said unto them, why tempt ye me? Bring me a penny that I may see it. And this is how they were trying to, tempt the Lord to try to come up against them, thinking he was going to say, oh yeah, no, you don't have to pay your taxes, and that would have just, caused, trouble, which is what they was trying to do. It says, and they brought it, and he said unto them, whose is this image and subscription? It's like and superscription. It says, and they said unto him, Caesar's. And Yahawashi answering said unto them, render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. And they marveled at him, right? Because they were trying to, trip Yahawashi up, which is why we say, hey man, you in this man's system, you're gonna have to pay taxes, you're gonna have to do all these things. But first and foremost, we serving Yahawashi. All right, let me grab this right here. It says, where Israelites taxed in Rome, the Roman government imposed a tremendous tax burden upon its subjects. The people of Israel also had to pay a tax to the temple. You see, so we had to pay taxes. Publicans or tax collectors were well known for their corruption. Thus, the Jews had utter contempt for publicans. Right? They didn't like the publicans because they was constantly making them pay taxes, man. All right, and here we are in today's time, still paying taxes, being taxed to hell. But that's all a part of our captivity, man. In our kingdom, we ain't gonna ever pay taxes again or be under these tributes. But for right now, shit. But that's the point. Praise be edifying to the whole elect. Shalom, come and show Allah, blah, blah, blah. On to the next one.